Hi, my name is Jared Rubin. I'm the head brewer for the Goose Island Brew Pubs. For me, creativity is thinking outside the box. Removing yourself from your comfort zone. And we're in a brewery right now, so thinking beyond our four basic ingredients: malted barley, water, yeast, and hops, and trying to include spices, trying to include fruit, trying to include produce. Really thinking about maybe the flavor of, today we're making a Belgian blonde, and how can we enhance that flavor? How can we not just think it from a brewing perspective, but thinking it from a whole culinary perspective? You know, first thing I do is I look at what other brewers are doing. I look at what other chefs are doing. I look at what innovative people in the community are doing in general. You don't have to be in a kitchen. You don't have to be in a brew house. For me to get inspiration, it's whoever's really being passionate at the time and what they're being passionate about. And so, for example, music is huge in Chicago. There's great blues, there's great jazz, there's great, rock. Like going to concerts and being inspired by music and the people that are there and why they're there, and that conversation can lead me to create something. As long as you keep your mind open. I think that's the one thing, is a lot of times brewers, and myself, I'm guilty of this, is, okay, like, I know how to make a Vienna lager, that's what I'm going to do today. Why not make it fun? Why not collaborate? Why not work with someone else? Why not just talk with some other people and get inspiration in whatever way? Sometimes you just trip over inspiration.
Sure, I'm Rick Gresh. I'm the executive chef of David Burke's Pride Mouse and the James Hotel in Chicago. I think creativity is that moment when you just get it and it goes, aha. And it's that weird time when everything just kind of seems to align and make sense. Because before that, you're always searching for what is, and then all of a sudden it just happens. And it's a great feeling. Inspiration comes from everywhere. It could be a leaf on the street. It could be something that somebody was wearing. It could be a color that you see on a wall or in a painting, and you're like, wow, I really want to recapture that somehow in my dish. Or it's something that maybe, you heard a song and it gives you some inspiration, some feeling. You want to convey that through the food. So it comes in all shapes and sizes. I think for me, it opens up a whole another way of thinking on the process of beer brewing, but then also with food, because there's so many different elements involved in the beer that I can pull from, and just getting to another palate perspective. Especially in my world, everything is about palate, and having somebody else tell you, hey, well, I think this, and this is why, especially with ingredients that I'm not as familiar with, it's a great way to learn.
Right. And for me, Rick's, I'm sure he's being humble, but he's also a huge home brewer. So to work with someone who's an incredible chef and an incredible home brewer, it makes my life that much easier. But what I feel is so important is that he's able to provide me with knowledge about so many ingredients, whether it's spices, herbs, and just the way flavors work together, that I really don't have the opportunity to experience every single day because I'm not in a kitchen. So this is fun. It's just pure fun.
I think for us, it was something that I said, I want something, ready for spring to drink, and that you can have with food, but also you can just have a great beer. And Jared suggested the Belgian blonde, and I love Belgian blondes. And traditionally, there's a little more orange accent and spice and things that go in it. And I was like, blood orange. Let's change up the color. Let's change up the flavor a little bit more, because it's not something you see often in those beers. And pow, that was it.
Great. And then we had another beer to celebrate.
That's right.
So that's it.